Welcome back to my garden in Central Virginia. My name is Rebecca, and I'm going to show you how to care for your garlic early in the spring when you start seeing some new growth. Garlic, I plant my garlic here in Central Virginia in the fall, anywhere between early November, and I actually planted some in December this year. And it sits there, and it might come up, and it'll make it through the winter no matter what. It might look really beaten up, or it might wait and come up a little bit later. It's interesting because the beds that I planted at different times, my garlic are actually growing at about the same rate at this point. So when your plants kind of wake up and start their growth spurt in the spring, early spring, that's a really good time to give them a shot, a little boost of nutrition. And what I like to do is get some liquid organic fertilizer, such as well, I'm going to use fish emulsion today. I've also used Neptune's Harvest in the past as well. I like the fish emulsion because it's higher nitrogen. It's a 511, and that kind of gives them a nice boost to help support their growth right away. Later in the spring, particularly as they're getting closer to starting to form their bulbs, I might use the Neptune's Harvest instead. So these beds, let me just show you, I have garlic planted in a variety of places and a variety of different kinds of garlic, depending on what I could get my hands on. There's some soft neck garlic and some hard neck garlic. And as the season goes on, if you follow me, I'll show you how to care for that hard neck garlic and get a little extra crop out of it in terms of what to do with the scapes. That's not for yet. That's later. But let me go ahead and show you my main garlic bed, and then what I'm going to do. It's really quite simple. I guess the trick is knowing when to do it. You want to wait until the temperatures, your spring temperatures are coming, and you want to see that garlic is starting its growth spurt. And underneath the straw here is my main garlic bed. It is about 12 feet long and about 4 feet wide. And I have 5 rows of garlic planted in it. And lots of daffodils on the perimeter, which I totally love. Okay, so let's get up close and personal with the garlic. Notice that I have a heavy mulch of straw, and that didn't matter. The garlics are strong and they push right up. How deep is my hay? And this is straw. I sometimes use hay. It's about half of my hand deep, so it's fairly deep, and that's how it's mulched down throughout the year. But notice how lovely and green these new garlics are, and they're beginning to get new shoots on them as well. That tells me they're just starting their growth, and this is the time to give them a nice boost of nutrition. So let's go right ahead and do that for these guys. Just follow the directions on the bottle. Shake it up first. And yes, it's about 2 tablespoons per gallon. It's not very pleasant. It's a bit on the smelly side. Fish emulsion is basically just concentrated, liquefied, ground up fish stuff. And it has a lot of nitrogen in it. And that helps plants with their green growth. Alrighty, there we go. I used to worry that fish emulsion would attract critters to my garden, and I have not found that to be true. All right, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to pour a little bit on each plant. It'll seep down in. Get it on the leaves, because this will actually, they can take it in through their leaves, through their foliage. About 2-3 seconds per plant. Truly, that is all you need to do to give your garlic plants what they need to get going. Now, I'm going to also add that this garlic bed and all my garlic beds are well prepared in the fall. I always add compost at that time. I may or may not add a little bit of organic granular fertilizer in, depending. And I just put a huge mulch of hay or straw on top. For the winter time. That purpose of that is twofold. It keeps your soil covered, which is really important, And it'll also break down over time and help to feed the soil organisms, keeps your soil from drying out. And it protects those plants a bit too. And I leave that mulch on. In fact, I may come out at some point and add more mulch as these plants grow a little bit more, just to make sure that I'm keeping weeds down and I am keeping the soil good and loose. Garlic likes to grow in looser soil. And so no-dig gardening is a great way to grow fantastic garlic. If you're interested in growing garlic, I have a number of videos which I will post and link the playlists called All About Alliums, where I talk about growing all kinds of different onions and leeks and garlics and all sorts of things and how to care for them through this season. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye. Now I need to get the rest of these fed.